Good evening everybody and welcome back to Hexane Thermosetting Plastic, the totally not rip-off channel, where today we are taking a look at the fantastic new sets between the EGU and Nintendo collaboration on the most exciting game in their roster, The Legend of Lonk. And I promise we are not disappointing today as we take a look at set EX002, EX003 and EX004, which of course are some very cool mechs. So, first up we have EX002, the Ego Nintendo Legend of Lonk Breath of Fresh Air Imps Ninja Mech. And of course this is inspired by the video game Breath of Fresh Air from the Legend of Lonk franchise, and this is a very cool character in a mech that we have here on your screen with some amazing box art. Of course they are ninja, clearly. We also have EX003, Ego Nintendo's Legend of Lonk Breath of Fresh Air Smelder's Sacred Gun Mech, which honestly looks cool. I'm glad that we're seeing more guns appear, and it looks like it's shooting a solid gold bullet, which is cool. We have a nice figure as well, sat in this mech with a unique build compared to all the other mechs that exist. So it's got some very large shoulders. But besides that, we also have EX004, Ego Nintendo's Legend of Lonk Breath of Fresh Air Stinkus' Blue Jet. So cool. We love it. Looks awesome with his sword. I'm guessing that's the Blue Jet's weapon. Nice. I'm pleased with these. And we're going to take a quick look at those sets in more detail. However, I do need to make a quick disclaimer first. Of course, today is April 1st. I'm sorry for spoiling it, and we will be taking an up-close look at these builds and figures in just a minute. But I want to make note of this. This video is not intended to shame or make fun of the practice of buying knockoff Lego. I understand that for many, this is the only way to enjoy the hobby at an affordable price and provides them a unique opportunity to get licenses they dream of. While I do not participate in this practice, I will not shame others for it. However, this video is made to highlight a bigger issue. Knockoff companies using other fan designers' designs and selling them for profit is not okay and should never be supported. Over the last few months, countless Rebrickable and Lego Ideas Zelda models have been appearing on knockoff stores around the globe, and I would like to strongly encourage all to stay away from purchasing such items. I repeat, it does not benefit the original creator, and you are enabling criminals. While I'm lucky enough to have not been targeted by this fraudulent behaviour, in support of fellow LEGO Zelda mock creators such as Hanros Yellow First and Skyward Brick, I wish to draw more attention to this issue. But in the meantime, let's go back to our fun April Fool's Day video. So to start with, we are going to be taking a look at EX004, the Stinkus' Blue Jet, which is honestly the best named custom set I think we've ever come up with. And of course, as I mentioned, this is from Ego and Nintendo, and this is the Legend of Lonk franchise. Yet instead of it being the character Lonk with the character Stinkus, this is the kind of inconsistencies we get on products like this. Either way, we have a cool mech to take a look at, and we'll start with that. We've obviously got some new pieces in certain colours because that's what these companies do sometimes. And he's got some legs, he can rotate at the wrist, he's got arms and a big sword that can chop. Obviously it's the Master Sword, it looks kind of cool. Or should I say the Supreme Sword, if we're going with the official naming scheme. Obviously the chest can also fold down, but we'll get to that in a second. You've got articulation at the shoulders, at the arms, at the hands, at the knees, which is big for mechs, as well as you can rotate at the wrist. But you can also obviously fold down the front part and put your Stinkus minifigure inside the Blue Jet, as it is named. What am I doing? And of course, this set does also come with one minifigure, the aforementioned Stinkus, who is obviously based off the game Breath of Fresh Air. My god, you have no idea how long it has taken me to say those correctly. From the game Breath of Fresh Air, we have this suitably realistic face print with an awesome new hair mold and the normal torso and legs. But isn't that face just so realistic to Link from the game? I love his nostrils so much. He haunts my nightmares. Anyway, let's quickly move on to EX003. This is Smelder's Sacred Gun Mech because she has the bow, or shall I say the gun of light, and it's sacred, and she doesn't look very happy. I would say that this is more of a Day of Despair figure. That's Age of Calamity, if you're wondering. Rather than a breath of fresh air character. However, the Legend of Lonk franchise, you know, it's just all over the place. We can do what we like. One thing I would like to point out about this mech, though, is the unique build for the bottom. The only mech to have ever been produced by Ego or Lego that has a dress-sloped bottom, and the rest of it. It's, of course, the normal fold-down feature with unique colour scheme in white. We've got gold and then a lot more of that tan. I don't know what it is, but the shoulders look so buff on this one. It's actually quite off-putting. And then, of course, you've got the sacred gun as well with its bright gold bullet in chrome and some horn pieces to represent the shaping there, because that's how that works. And, of course, this set comes with the amazing figure Smelda, who is in the praying dress and then has the same hairpiece. However, once again, we've got this realistic Day of Despair face print for when Smelda is very shocked about Lionel's or something, anything that's happening in the battles of the Day of Despair. This is one of those faces. I literally traced it, but it's awful here for some reason. I don't know, like Smelda. And then we have EX002, the Imp's Ninja Mech, which is probably the coolest of the builds. We have Imp, of course, here as well. I don't know anything about Imp, and once again, this feels more like a Day of Despair set to me. Of course, we've got lots going on in the actual build, mostly in a dark tan colour with some blue and red accents, depending on where on the character. Got one of those shields, which I think are just supposed to represent the like flying tokens that uses as weapons in A Day of Despair. And we've also got one of those knife things. I don't know what to call it really. It's here. It exists. It's got big feet and a hat. The hat's on a Technic pole so that you can still put the character in the mech, but they look like they're wearing the hat, as you could see from the other image. And on the right, you're doing some stomping, just showing off some more of that posability. And here is Imp, everyone's favourite character from Day of Despair. And it looks like we have a slight misprint going on with this character. Oh no, it's not like we knew what we were signing up for. Imp, everybody, with once again a face print taken straight from Day of Despair. Looking suitably angry at someone, I don't know who, doesn't really matter. So, just to sum up this, I think we can safely call this a monstrosity, right? So, we have Ego and Nintendo presenting The Legend of Lonk, Breath of Fresh Air, and Day of Despair, including Imp's Ninja Mech, Smelda's Sacred Gun Mech, and Stinkus's Blue Jet. Not mech, Stinkus's Blue Jet. And once again, that face in the background, just haunting every moment of my day. And here, of course, are the custom sets together. I know, we joke, we put it to the side and the rest, but they are still custom sets, and there is still a part of me which is guiltily proud of this nightmare. I do have to say, I do like Imp's Ninja Mech, and Stinkus' Blue Jet is just funny to me. And, you know, on this, for joining the two of them, Smelda's Sacred Gun Mech also looks good. Box art is something I've always liked on the real Lego mechs, the Marvel ones from this year. They were on my template here, and I actually really love that mech box art. It looks great. Don't look quite as good here, but I'm still pretty pleased with how they turned out, given the fact I've been planning these mechs for over a year. It was just too tight for me to get them done last year, so these have been a year in the making. Of course, I had none of the names back then. I believe back then it was called The Legend of Stinkus or something like that. But I think The Legend of Lonk just has a better ring to it. So no, I am slightly proud of these awful creations. The Link face has become a new staple on the channel. I used it in a thumbnail a couple of weeks back, and he was teased as well. So we have set a new low bar because these are god awful, and that is that. The reason I chose to do mechs, I guess I should mention at the end, is because if you've ever seen like the rip-off Ninjago stuff, where they put Ninjago and like other themes together, it's just always mechs, because kids love mechs. So I was like, I got to do a Zelda mech at some point, and why not just do it so dumb? And yeah, that's how these came about. And I do want to mention once again the message behind this. Of course, this is an April Fool's Day video, and I really don't want to shame anyone, of course, because obviously it's really important that we all enjoy the hobby in our own way. Of course, for me, that is not with fake brands, but I understand currently it's the only way to get Lego Legend of Zelda. However, I cannot and will not tolerate the abuse of other people's creative freedoms, and therefore I cannot, and I repeat, I cannot get past this idea that these people have made their designs and they're now being stolen and not being paid for it. So I would like to apologise on the part of the better part of this world for those people, and I hope we can all agree that that is not something that we should celebrate. I am particularly referring to certain mocks, the Master Swords and Hand Yellow First Breath of the Wild Stable are two very recent examples of stuff that's been stolen, and it's such a shame because yeah, Skybrick in particular, he does actually sell his mocks. It's just such a shame. So, I hope that brings some more awareness to this issue. In the meantime, let me know which of these Legend of Long sets you will be picking up when they launch on April 1st, 2023. And I hope we can appreciate the naming that went into Stinkus's Blue Jet. One of my prouder moments for sure. In the meantime, I will see you next week with a much more sensible video. We're back to our regular schedule now, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday for hopefully the foreseeable future, at least the next couple of months. And yeah, new custom set coming next week. Oh, I forgot! Next Friday, we're doing an exciting thing. If anyone's still here after listening to me ramble about Stinkus' Blue Jet for what, 5 minutes? If you can guess what this is, you win an imaginary cookie. I am so excited to share with you this with you guys. It's not a digital mock; it's real life. I've built something, and if you know the poster and you know the Lego Zelda history, then you're gonna be very excited to see this. I believe I'm the first one to build it since the original designer back in 2013. I think. I don't know for sure. Either way, it doesn't matter. You guys will see next Friday, and leave your guesses down below, as well as Stinkus. So, see you later. Bye-bye.